So as you guys know, I've been covering light guns now for quite some time here on the channel. And today we got another announcement that Mame has reduced emulated light gun accuracy, which of course improved accuracy. I've actually mentioned this quite a few times here on the channel that emulation and that light gun accuracy isn't always dependent upon the hardware. It has to do with the actual emulators and how they determine how the cursor reacts within certain games. I've mentioned this before, so let's go ahead and get into it. You know what time it is. All right, so just a quick one for you guys here tonight. Typically, when we talk about accuracy, according to this article, this is in regards to the brand new MAME 0.2 point, I'm sorry, 0.241 MAME release. It was released a few days ago. Has a few upgrades in here and improvements, which affects the NES emulator as well as was it technologically related versus system, Play Choice 10 arcade machines, and also the NES Zapper. So apparently, they weren't sure how accurate this NES Zapper gun was, and apparently it was really accurate. So what they had to do was turn up the fuzziness in the emulator to make it a little bit more accurate. Now, with this update, I really don't think that this will affect guns such as the AE Light Gun, the Gun 4 IR, because they have their own built in system that determines accuracy with infrared technology. I'm not too sure about aim track, but I can see how this would possibly affect the sending light gun as well as the Wii remote. But this is a big deal. You know, I know that there's a lot of videos out there where people are talking about what's the best light gun to get. And I've really been on the fence about the whole matter simply because the emulator has a lot to do with your accuracy. And if you guys have watched several of my videos, in fact, I did a video a few months ago in regards to emulators and light guns, and I used the similarity on how you can use your PC mouse settings. And you know, you can adjust your PC mouse settings. However, if you have a gaming mouse like a Corsair gaming mouse or a Razer Death Adder, they have specific software that allows you to turn up the DPI and then also determine what type of surface you're on. You can then adjust and fine tune your gaming mouses depending upon what type of setup you have. But it's the same thing here. You know, I know a lot of people are trying to get better accuracy with light guns, but most of it is strictly dependent upon the emulator. And that's what I've been saying for quite some time. And it's really hard to determine which one is the best light gun out there on the market, you know, due to situations like this. And then, of course, even too, I've mentioned before, we don't know exactly how good the Wii remote is because the Wii remote doesn't have a overall global system or hardware to kind of guide it. It's just a free flowing mouse configuration that we use with Retropie or PC. It's not like the Sending Light Gun, which has something to determine its accuracy, or the Gun 4 or AE Light Gun or anything like that. But anyway, guys, just wanted to bring this to your attention that there is a new update with MAME that improves and reduces emulated light gun accuracy. Again, I don't think this will affect the Gun 4 and the AE Light Gun. It might have an effect on the sending. And then, of course, obviously, we know that it's going to affect the Wii Dolphin Bar and the Wii Remote. But yeah, it's all in the emulator. And also keep in mind, too, even within a RetroArch and MAME, there's still additional settings you can adjust to get better sensitivity and better accuracy for your light gun. So this main release also adds support for several more extremely obscure arcade releases. They have a number of different games here as well. But pretty much here, adding a bit of extra inaccuracy isn't a new development for a light gun. So they had to turn up the fuzziness here. It says the real Zapper wasn't even close to pixel accurate, as you would expect from low cost 1985 tech. So this was a case of MAME being too good, as MAME developer RB37 explains in a Reddit post. Tests on hardware done by the NES dev people have shown how good the Zapper actually is, and MAME now conforms to that. So here's a situation where they had to turn down Mame and have it adjust to the hardware that's been provided. So a situation like this, again, who knows what else is going to be possible with emulation. But relax, guys. I know a lot of people love to go around and say which one has the best light gun, but keep in mind most of that is all dependent upon which emulator you're using, which game you're playing, which core you're using, because all these little things can be tweaked without having necessarily to rely on hardware. And again, there's a lot of possibilities still, even with something as cheap and inexpensive as the Wii Remote. Going into different features, adjusting emulators, and having some type of global setting. So I'm sure we'll see improvements in that regard. But again, I don't think this will really affect the AE or the Gun for IR because they have its own hardware encoded in triangle. Well, I'm not going to say triangular system, but it has its own infrared system and how it corresponds with the TV and how it reacts with emulated games. So, again, guys, this is Kiodiekin. Just wanted to give you guys this quick update about Mame and Lightgun accuracy. I'm sure there's going to be some additional improvements out there, but stay tuned for some more information. I'll have some more updates for you. And if you have any questions in regards to the things I've mentioned in this video, please check out my light gun playlist. I have several videos on light gun technology and reviews and tips and tricks and how to's. And so you'll find those very informative. So I will catch you guys later, and you guys all have a great night. Peace out. Bye bye.